So I think today I'm gonna talk about my channel name, which is C_928. So the C blank is probably kind of obvious because my name's Cody Blankenship. So C blank, and I didn't really want to use my whole name as it's weird, or I just didn't like it. And originally it was C blank 417, which is my area code, but I wanted something like a little bit more personal than that. So 928 is my anniversary with my wife, so I ended up changing it to C blank 928 for that. And I've got jerseys, like riding jerseys, that say like Blankenship and then 928, and we have like matching jerseys with 928 as both of our numbers. They're pretty much just for show because we both love watching motocross, but I have never raced motocross before. I like ride dirt bikes and stuff, but I have not actually raced ever. I'd really like to, and it's on my to-do list, but the only like actual dirt bikey type dirt bikes I have right now is an Apollo 125 like Chinese dirt bike, which is definitely not a motocross bike, and that's the one that my wife rides. And then I have a 2017 Honda CRF 250L, which is also definitely not a motocross bike. It weighs about 100 pounds more than it should and has about half the horsepower that a normal 250 motocross bike has. So buying a like entry level dirt bike, like actual motocrossy type bike, is on my to-do list. But I've got, basically including my wife's bike, I've got 3 bikes right now. So I got my MT07, the 250L, and then her 125. So trying to justify buying even more bikes when I already have 3 is kind of a hard sell. So I'm working on it, and I definitely want to buy another bike. But as a stereotypical motorcycle rider, then we want to have a million different bikes, and it's nice having basically a bike for every thing. Like my MT07's kind of obviously my street bike, and then my 250L, like I basically ride it like a dirt bike, but it technically is not a dirt bike. It's a dual sport like on-road bike, so it's not the best at being a dirt bike because it's got DOT I think I have something coming up on me. It's got like street tires on it, so that's not ideal for dirt riding, but it'll do it. It just doesn't do it super well. So it'd be way better to actually have like a legitimate dirt bike. And then, oh yeah, I am totally in the way. Yep, and now I have a bunch of traffic. Great. wasn't ideal. Anyway, so it's on my good old fire truck. Anyway, so yeah, it's not the most ideal dirt bike, but it'll work for now, and eventually I'll get like a dirt bike, and I probably won't end up getting like a full-blown motocross bike because I'm going to be terrible at it. Honestly, I've never raced motocross before, so I don't have high hopes that I'm going to be really good at a thing I've never done. So I'd like to get more of like an off-roady type bike, but maybe one that doesn't weigh like 310 pounds would be nice. So it's kind of my plan. I'll get like a Honda CRF 250F, or they've got like the Kawasaki 230F that is pretty tall, which it'd be nice to have a pretty tall bike, because like I'm 6 feet tall, so I can handle a pretty tall motorcycle and it'd be okay. And in theory, the taller the bike, then the more ground clearance I'm gonna have, and the better it's gonna be for like motocrossy stuff. So that's kind of my game plan, is to try and get like a taller motorcycle. But what sucks is when you get a tall motorcycle and you're trying to do off-road stuff, then if it's too tall and you can't touch the ground when you're doing like off-camber hills or whatever, or you're like trying to catch yourself when you're falling, then it's gonna not be very fun. So that is the downfall to a tall bike. But if you're trying to do jumps or anything, then you want a pretty tall bike, so then you'll be able to jump and everything. So yeah, it's on my to-do list.